Hi everyone, Catherine here from Minky Fingered Cat, and it's Scrapping Saturday, and I've got a scrapbook process video for you that I actually filmed on Tuesday. So I am combining a few different things here. So this is me starting to use up the 100 pieces of pattern paper, which is from the 100 pattern paper challenge. It is also me doing this particular sketch, which is from the One Sketch 3 Ways challenge that the lovely Helen, Sarah and Jackie do. Helen actually designed the sketch this time. I've popped it on the screen so you can see it. I don't know how long it'll stay there for, but it'll be there for a little while. And this is the sketch that I'm kind of following. Now, in addition to that, I've also joined a Facebook group called Scrapbooking Challenges UK, and we have got a team challenge going on at the moment. Now, my lovely friend Gwen, I think, introduced me to this Facebook group. Could have been someone else. I've been a member of it for a while, but I've not actually done anything until now with it. Anyway, we have a team and we have challenges to do each week, and at the end of the however many weeks period, you tot up how many your team have scored, because you get points for meeting each bit of the challenge. So the piece of paper that's got the sketch on that's now completely covered up because I've just put stuff on top of it, that has got a whole load of different challenges on it. And so I've just printed out all the different challenges and stuff as one thing so that I've got it on my desk so it's ready to go. That's what my plan is. So the sketch includes this sort of like semicircle coming down. I do not do a great job with my semicircle, but it'll do. It's absolutely fine. It's probably meant to be a little bit deeper into the page than it is, but it's fine. The 3 papers I'm using are totally and utterly random papers. So the 100 paper challenge, I just went and grabbed 3 of the papers that I thought would work together with the photographs. We've got quite a lot of yellow in the background of the photographs because the walls are yellow in our dining room. Well, one wall is yellow in our dining room. So I thought this would work. And the pictures themselves are pictures of my mum, my daughter and my hubby. On Christmas Day, just before we were about to eat, and it took ages to get a photograph of 3 of them where they look decent, partly because 2 of them are very cheeky, and the other one is just not very good at listening to instructions on where to look and how to smile. I'll let you decide who's who out of those descriptions. But yeah, so the picture of the 9 pictures is all of the different attempts. I actually think there was more than 9 attempts, but there were 9 attempts, and I just did a collage picture. And when I sent it to Free Prints, I agreed to pay the extra to have it as a square picture. And then the ones on the left-hand side were proper size pictures, but I have cut them down because most of the picture is kind of the door and then the food on the table, which is not really the focus. So you can see here I have varied from the sketch. The sketch originally had the 2 photographs on the left-hand side, and then it had another potential photograph down at the bottom right, but my photograph was too big for that, so I'm just doing them as a cluster of the sort of like 3 areas up where the photographs are. And you can see there was a lot of fiddling around with this. I also suddenly realised that my little semicircle that was at the bottom, I had done it with the stripes going the other way and it just didn't look right, so I had to recut that. I did mount both the semicircles with this yellow cardstock or paper this one's a Kingston's Crafts. I'm not sure what the bottom one is. I'm pretty sure it's a Stampin' Up one. And then this black and white one is definitely a Stampin' Up one. I then wanted to bring in some sewing. One of the challenges for the Scrapbooking Challenges UK is to include thread, twine or stitching, so I am doing that, but also circles is one of the themes. So obviously I've got the semicircles, but I need them to have some complete circles, so I am going to do these pierced templates that I'm using just to do some circles, and then I will do the sewing so that I've got the thread, the circle, all as part of the challenge. So I'm going to finish doing the piercing of the holes. I have distressed the edge of both my semicircles and I have inked them up. I won't make you watch me do all of the hand sewing. It's a bit tedious to do that. Yeah, it was definitely Stampin' Up! Paper, I can tell from that side of it. So the way I do my sewing though is I just literally take down the end of the thread on the reverse of the page and then just go for it with the sewing. As I say, I won't make you watch all of this, you'll just see a few bits of it. And then here we are finished. So you can see there I didn't actually sew complete circles for the one on the left and the middle, but I did have that complete circle on the bottom right. And now what else am I doing? I have mat and layered all of my photos with lots of different layers of paper. The reason for that is one of the challenges was to add lots of layers, so I'm adding lots of layers. I'm then just going through my embellishments, and I have not really got a clue as to what I was going to do as my title, but I'm going through all of my embellishments and I decided I really like this word memorable. I then couldn't work out what to put with it, but I do get there eventually. So yeah, I'm just going through all of my bits and pieces, and I find these white stars and a white heart in the acetate Perspex bits and pieces. So they are going to be my white things, which is what's needed to be added for the for one of the challenges. And now I'm going to start bringing in some pieces that have got slightly different colours. The reason for this is I wanted it to not just be yellow, black and white. I really wanted a little bit of other colours to sit in there as well. So we've got some stickers at the top left hand side that have got a bit of pink and orange, and then the star on the bottom right hand side has got some pink in it. I think I had some more colours in as well. Couldn't work out where to put this little banner, but I thought the bottom would be good. But you can see here I'm literally just going through sheets of embellishments and bits and pieces and seeing what will fit, again trying to bring in a little bit of additional colour. And I just keep going and adding to as I find things. There are a couple of things that I needed to do, and I can't remember what they are now off the top of my head. I'm doing this voiceover not on the same day as I have recorded the video of me making this, so I'm now going, what do I need to include? Can't remember. Anyway, I went through my embellishments, as I say, and I'm literally just pulling out bits and pieces, things that'll work, adding to the page. I'd got the sticker that said Faith Photo because I thought, well, that's perfect for the bottom photo on the left hand side because that's actually the finished one. I think my favourite photo is actually the top left because it's the most hilarious one with my daughter pulling her tongue out, my mum kind of looking up great, actually my mum looked fine on that one, and my husband looking bored stupid. So yeah, really funny photograph. I'm going through all of my little word things, trying to find, is there something in here that's going to work? First I was thinking maybe the moment or the captured or the photo might work, but to be honest they just didn't work with that black piece. I thought the Perspex piece, the shine just didn't work with the black and white script, plus it was a different font, so I wasn't so happy with that. Now it did, however, have this little tab in there that said always, and I thought that was perfect. So I've just glued that down. It's sitting on top of those wood veneers though, so I am holding it in place if you're wondering why my fingers are placed there for such a long time. Within that set though, there were these little stars, and so I added those as embellishments, these little chipboard black stars. I added those as embellishments around the 3 cluster areas. Again, just kept going, finding little bits and bobs that I thought would work on my page. Okay, I think that was it with my embellishments. So next thing to do is I'm just inking up the edge of the paper. Reason being is it looked a little bit stark compared to the rest of it, and I just thought it would needed a little bit of edging. And then I'm just adding in my journaling about trying to take a photograph of these 3 on Christmas Day, which took a lot longer than we were all expecting, but it was fun, and it really, having those photographs just captures their personalities. And this is me just totting up which of the challenges I've managed to do, and I think I'm going to finish there. So here you go, some close-ups of the final page. I think I did reasonably well. I mean, obviously there is an extra big photograph on there, which the original sketch didn't have, but I think it's quite good. Now, the good news is this is the first 3 papers of my 100 papers that I have now cut into. And what's more, I did manage to make another scrapbook page from the scraps that were left over from this. So I didn't do too badly. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do subscribe to see future videos. Please do like this and leave me a comment below to say you've enjoyed. And until next time, thanks for watching and bye-bye.